Good morning, children. Today we are going to be doing the format which has to be followed while writing a formal letter. Now we all know that letters are of different varieties. We particularly know about the informal letter as well as the formal letter. Now informal letters are the letters which are written to people whom we know in person. They are not written with a particular formality in it. They are written in a very casual manner. However, format has to be a particular format and a different type of format has to be followed while writing a formal letter. Now, formal letters are also various types. We have the business letters, we have the complaint letters, we have the inquiry letters, etc. But as if for now, for today's lesson, we are only going to take up the format of writing, the format which has to be followed while writing a letter to the editor. Now, usually we write down the letter to the editor of a national daily, usually discussing a particular problem. Now, whatever problem we are going to discuss can be of two types. It can be a national problem, it can be a local problem. Now, for a local problem, we only consider the local newspaper. If we are writing the letter to the editor of a national daily, we are going to consider a national problem. National problem, like probably we can talk about the outbreak of a particular disease. We can talk about pollution. We can talk about the plight of women in India. We can talk about poverty. We can talk about unemployment, etc. Local problem pertains relating to your own local area. Probably roads not kept well, lack of basic amenities, etc. Now, if I talk about the letter to the editor of a national daily, for sure we are going to take up a national problem. A particular format that has to be followed. We begin by writing our own address, the sender's address. Now there are three components in the sender's address. We have the house name, or we have the house number. It can be anything. It can be 102 by 4. It can be house number 201, etc. We have the street, and then or the area, and then we have the city or the town. Street or area, for example, if I take up the example of Shimla, wherever in Shimla you are residing, whether you're residing in Jakku Hills or you're residing in Middle Bazaar or in Sanjoli, so that will be your area. City and town, we are going to be writing down Shimla over here. Otherwise, we can talk about Chandigarh, we can talk about Delhi, whatever. Now, we leave a line over here. After writing the sender's address, we leave a line and then we write down the date. This particular date format has to be followed over here. Now, we leave a line over here and then we write down the date in this particular format. Formats like 27/04/2020 or slashes in between or dashes in between, nothing is allowed. You are only supposed to follow this format for writing the date. After leaving another line, we leave another line here and then we move to the address of the addressee. Now again, just like the sender's address, the address of the addressee also has three components. We have the designation. Now we have the designation, meaning the person that we are writing the letter to. We do not know him personally because it's a formal letter. So we are going to address him with his designation. For example, over here, editor is the designation. Sometimes we are writing to the mayor of the municipal corporation. The mayor is the designation. After that, we write down the name of the newspaper. Over here, and then we write down the place of publication of the newspaper. If it is a local problem, we are going to write down the name of the local place. And if it is a national problem, we usually consider Chandigarh or Delhi as the main place of publication. Moving on, we leave another line and we go on to the subject. We write down the subject. Now there is the subject word has to be written for sure. After that, we write down the subject in one line. Now what is basically the subject? The topic on which you are writing down the letter. The theme of the letter that you're writing down. You leave another line and you move on to the salutation part. In the salutation, you have to write down sir. You can also use other options, like you can also write down respected sir, or we can also write down dear sir. But usually we go on with sir. Now we can begin writing the letter from the very next line, or you can leave a line and then write down as per your convenience. You begin writing the letter. Now usually we follow a given line. So usually the line that you can say is my favorite is, through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to bring to the notice of the concerned authorities and you mention the problem over here. Now this is just a standard line that I have devised for you people, which you can use. Now from here itself we begin the content. Now the content, to make it easier for you people, the content can be easily divided again into 3 paragraphs. Okay, we can make 3 paragraphs for the content. The first paragraph can be just for 1 or 2 sentences, okay, wherein you are basically just naming the problem. Okay, so you are naming or you are introducing the problem. So here it is. You can make use of these lines and you can introduce your problem. The second paragraph can be the effects of the problem, the effects as a result of maybe pollution. What are the various effects, ill effects of pollution, okay, or whatever. This is the second paragraph. Now in the third paragraph, you can give some suggestions or you can give some remedies over here to overcome the problem. So when you do it like this, it becomes very easy for you to understand, and moreover, the thoughts, they start flowing in, the ideas start flowing into your letter, and you can knit them beautifully and you can express them in a very innovative manner like this. And moreover, it will become very easy for you to sum up your work in a very short period of time, because when you're giving your exams, you shouldn't spend too much of time on writing tasks basically. Now after this, we have the subscription. Subscription is also in 3 lines. You have yours truly, or you can also write down sincerely. You no comma, no nothing. In the next line, you put a signature. In the next line, you write down your full name. For example, it is Kailash Rao. And then in the next line, you put in your designation. This has to be in bold letters and within brackets. Over here, you write down your designation in running hand. Now, this designation can be a concerned citizen. It can also be concerned resident. Resident you are going to write down only if it is a local problem you are discussing. Only if it is a local problem, only then you will write down concerned resident. But as if for now, since it is a national problem, we are writing to a national daily, you will write down concerned citizen. Now, these were just the main points that I felt that were necessary for you to keep in mind while writing down a formal letter. Along with this video, a separate worksheet will be given to you through the eCare portal. Please go through that and attempt that letter to the editor. In case you have any problem, children, please contact on the WhatsApp. You are most welcome to clarify your doubts or your queries through the WhatsApp. Thank you. God bless. Stay safe and stay healthy.